This is the Firehouse Engine 8 Ladder 2 where I was assigned to. I worked here for about 7 years, and I met Monica outside walking by.
Coming home from work or anything, I'd always be walking down 51st on the way home and walking by the firehouse. So
Monica was walking home from work. She just, she's from Texas. She just happened to strike up a conversation. She just said, how's my local firehouse doing?
and they all started laughing and kind of broke the ice. And then Danny, who's my now fiance, he just started talking to me, and
Class 3, 1 Central Park.
that is the sound that you hear when an alarm goes off in a firehouse. And as my fiance was asking me for my number when I first walked by here 6 years ago, I was in the middle of giving him my number when this alarm went off. And he's like, just hurry up, I'll get my number. I was like, no, I'll come back, and he's like, come on, a fire can wait for a beautiful girl's number. I don't know, I just melted and I said, okay. And so I gave him the rest of my number. He called me the next day. And now it's 6 years later and we're about to get married.
One of the older guys, when I first got here, he told me, he said, one day you're going to meet your future wife walking by right out front. And sure enough, it happened.
I wanted to work on film, so I thought it was either California or New York, and I thought I'd come to New York first and get tough.
I'm very quiet, very shy, and I usually just like to keep to myself, but for some reason she got me to open up a little bit.
It is two different worlds mixing, definitely. Me saying y'all, his friends always tease me about that, but they have these thick accents, these thick New York accents.
I think it's great that she's from Texas because she's just different than all these New York girls. She's very outgoing, very friendly. She's just a lot of fun to be with. I knew from early on that I wanted to be with her.
He's just so different from anybody I've ever dated, and he's so strong and just knows everything about everything in New York. And
we love going to the Ritz-Carlton in Battery Park. It's a great view. It looks at the Statue of Liberty, the New York Harbor.
I was on an all-night shoot for the movie Confessions of a Shopaholic. And it was probably good that I did the all-night shift on the movie because I was so tired that and delirious that I didn't have any clue.
Then I just started telling her, today's just like the first day when we met. It was a beautiful day outside, and
I had just gotten the new iPhone. So I'm sitting there taking pictures of the Statue of Liberty, and he's starting to tell me, Monica, I knew I wanted to marry you the first, couple weeks that we were dating. I love you so much. And I'm like, I know, babe. He tells me this all the time.
I had the ring in my pocket, and she was really just obsessing with the view and how nice it was. And I'm trying to tell her, remember, this is just like the first day we met, and you know how much I love you. And
he had to actually come and take my hands and take the iPhone and put it down so that I could stop, So I was like, what? Why are you doing this? And then that's when he grabbed my hand and he got down on one knee and he asked me to marry him.
I think she was very shocked because even though it was our 5-year anniversary, she really, I don't think was expecting it that day. And plus she was very tired from working all night, so that might have had something to do with the shock, but she was very happy. We're getting married at St. Patrick's. It's going to be a beautiful mass.
And I remember walking by there, maybe a little bit, less than a year before I met him, and I went in to ask the priest if, how was the waiting list. He said, well, when are you planning on getting married? We'll see if we have the date. I was like, oh no, I haven't met anybody yet. I was like, I just want to, cover my bases, because if there's a 5-year waiting list and I meet him in 5 years, then we're good to go.